Alright, what's up guys? Today we're talking about fear of judgment slash fear of being seen. Now, I feel like everybody has this to a certain degree, including myself, so it's definitely important to talk about. And so overall, I think that everybody has dreams, everyone has aspirations that they want to do, and a lot of people stop before even attempting to achieve them, you know? They give up before even trying. And for me, I knew I wanted to start this YouTube channel for a while, but for a while I was stagnant and like paralyzed with the fear of being judged, the fear of being seen, the fear of like, what are people gonna think about me? What are they gonna say? And you know, am I gonna get made fun of? All these things. And at a certain point, I just realized like that is too insignificant to stop doing what I actually want to do. So if you're somebody who has certain dreams, right? Like you want to be a musician, you want to be on social media, you want to be an artist, whatever it is, but what's holding you back is the fear of what people think about you. You really should spend time thinking about that and thinking about like, why would that actually even matter though? Because for me, I had like thoughts of like, what if certain friends or family or something say this? But then I actually started to think about it like, okay, what if they actually said, this is stupid, like, why is he doing that? Then I was like, wait, but that wouldn't even really matter. Like, that wouldn't even affect me that bad. It would, you know, I'd be like, okay, I understand your opinion, and then I'd move on. So the fear of judgment was actually like this illusion of this big fear that everyone's gonna be judging. But then when I logically thought about like, what would that actually look like if people were like, oh, this is stupid? I was like, wait, that actually wouldn't even be that bad, you know? So really think about what is holding you back and how bad would that really be if a couple people disagreed with you. Another point I have to say is most of the people who are judging you are the same people who aren't doing anything, they're not chasing their dreams, and they're the same people who have that fear of judgment and they're projecting it onto you with their own judgments. Now in high school, I used to be the classic like corny kid who wouldn't be doing anything for himself, but whenever somebody else would start doing something cool for themselves, I'd be the first to say something negative about it. So I know what this is like. I know what it's like to be that loser judging someone who's trying to get something going for themselves. So now I'm trying to be on the other side of it and supporting the people who are doing that. If you don't want to be seen by, all right, wait, what? I'm sorry to future Noah editing this shit, bro. Jesus. If you have a fear to be authentically viewed by a lot of people, that's a good introspection point of like, what are you holding back? What are you hiding? Why do you not want to be seen? What parts of yourself are you hiding that you don't want to be viewed from the world? The people that would hypothetically be making fun of you are just projecting their own bitterness that they don't have the courage that you do to be chasing and putting themselves out there and doing their dreams. So they take that bitterness and they channel it onto you. So once you kind of understand this and you see where the judgment is coming from, then you take it less personally. You realize that it's actually their own personal projections onto you, and that it has nothing to do with what you're actually doing. You having the courage to go put yourself out there is kind of irritating them because they can't do it themselves. Another thing with my experience with this is that once you actually do the thing you've been so scared to do, you start to realize that nobody really cares. Like no one actually is going to be spending their time every day checking what you're doing, judging it, like hating on you. Like no one cares. Everybody has their own lives. So a lot of the fears that you might have in your mind holding you back are something that's not even realistic to what is actually going to happen. So if you're somebody who has goals and you have dreams, but it requires you to put yourself out there, and that's what's been holding you back, I challenge you to really look into why would somebody's judgment on you actually affect you and matter so much to the point where you would just give up what you want to do? And what part of being seen by people is so scary? Do you not want to be authentically viewed as who you are? Are you just playing a character and you want everybody to view you as this person that you're acting like? So if you're watching this and the fear of judgment's holding you back, I challenge you to just take some baby steps, little by little, and try to break this fear, because it's seemingly much deeper and bigger than it actually is once you start doing it. So I feel like the fear of being judged is human nature, and you're always gonna feel it to a small degree. So the real goal is to just be able to still do what you want to do, still chase your dreams, still put yourself out there, and override this fear that you have. So if you got anything from this video, let me know, and thank you guys for watching. All right, I'm walking home now, but I just remembered a point I wanted to make. When I first started making these videos in public, I had this fear that people are gonna be watching me, they're gonna be judging me, they might say something, and it was holding me back from wanting to do it. I wanted to go find a little spot hidden somewhere where nobody's at to make my videos. But after just pushing through the discomfort and just doing it, I started to realize that once again, nobody cares. No one's saying anything. They look and they go, oh, he's making a video, cool. And they walk on with their life and it doesn't matter. So the fear definitely can hold you back, but once you start to do it, you realize that this fear, there's nothing really to it and it's not that bad. So yeah, all right, peace.